Guys, do you know why Sister Philippa killed Rod's father, Joseph Sullivan? Why evil nun sent Sister Philippa to kill Joseph Sullivan? How evil nun's daughter died? And did Rod know that he has Elisa's soul? Why Rod want to kill Rod's father, Daniel J? So what are you waiting for? Let's know all the answers and Rod's full story in this video. In 1940, Sister Madeline, aka Evil Nun, wanted back her daughter and Nàzrat, who was a Satan, gave a child to her by his power of magic. Few months ago, some nuns gave Elisa to Joseph and also gave him a magical book. Sister Madeline, who was watching this scene from the window, got mad because nuns are separating a child with her mom. After some days, Elisa died by a bomb attack. Now, the story moves on to December 1940, when Rod was born. Sister Madeline thought he got her Elisa back, but it was a boy. Meanwhile, she wanted a baby girl. All nuns were amazed that Sister Madeline has a child as he was born, without a father. In 1943, Sister Madeline tried to convert Rod into Elisa by magic, but failed. Now let's move on to 1944, when Rod was separated with her mom. And after this story comes to April 1953, when Rod was 12 years old. He was living with his stepfather, Joseph Sullivan. He was very childish. Rod was weak and requested from his father to eat the special ice cream that could make him fat, which was locked in a bunker. But Joseph refused to give him. When Joseph got out from the house, he mistakenly dropped the key of bunker. Rod kept the key from the ground and ate the special ice cream without his father's permission. Friends, this was the time of March 1954, when everyone made fun of Rod by calling him Chubby, and because of this, he was very depressed. On the other hand, we see that the nun hypnotized the Sister Philippa and made him her servant. After 1 year in 1955, when Rod had the birthday, Sister Madeline was working in the laundry at the time. Sister Philippa came with a newspaper to her. On the back side of newspaper, there was a news written about Joseph World Record. By watching the popularity of Rod, Nun became mad in anger and ordered Sister Philippa to kill the Joseph Sullivan. And after this, Sister Philippa, who was hypnotized, killed the Joseph by hitting the van, and on the spot, Joseph died. So the answer of why Sister Madeline not did this by his mouth is because of agreement with Nàzrat Satan, not to leave the school. On the other hand, Rod was in his house. He was very upset because of his father's death, and then a woman knocked at the door and asked, "Is there Rod home?" He came here to bring Rod back to his real mom. But Rod did not respond, and then she dropped the birthday letter from the door. Likewise, Rod received birthday letter every year. Time passes, and on Rod's 25th birthday, means in December 1955, Sister Madeline sent last birthday letter and also gave him the magical book, which had the special ice cream formula. In this letter, she told him that Joseph stole that book from her. And friend, this was the reason that Sister Madeline killed Joseph, because of stealing her daughter and the magical book. 27th September 1972, Rod started the experiment of the special ice cream formula. He needs fat children to obtain the secret ingredient. 3rd January 1973, Rod need his father ice cream formula to convert skinny children into chubby. 8 April 1974, Rod succeed first time in the experiment, and he converted a skinny child into chubby child. This ice cream was very dangerous. If we add more secret ingredient into this ice cream, the ice cream can kill an adult. Friends, now the story comes with the new twist when 4 new people enter in this. J, Mike, Charlie, Lise. These were all friends and lived in the same town. And that story comes to 15th July 1975, when Rod wanted revenge from Jay's father, Daniel J. Daniel J was the class fellow of Rod, and he bullied him by making fun of him. This was reason Rod wanted to kill Daniel J. On that day, Rod gave him the poison ice cream, but Joseph refused to take. After some days, Rod kidnapped Charlie. J was watching this scene from his room's window. And then, by working on a plan, Jay saved Charlie from Rod. In December 1982, Jay was watching that Rod kidnap the Elise. And then we also see that Rod went to his father's grave. That means he still misses his father now. Mike and Charlie, who was also the brother of Lise, helped Jay to release his sister from Rod's van. But when she had to jump, she could not do that. And then we came to know that Mike wanted to gift a perfume in which there was a proposal message that he loved Lise. And she asked her, "That is, she also love me? Yes or no?" Now let's go into January 1953. When many kids were kidnapped, Jay was very sad. Mike made an electron gun, and he went to Rod like a hero. But Rod confused him and kidnapped him also. Jay was watching this scene, and according to his plan, he went to Rod's treehouse. He got the key from there, released Mike, Charlie, and Lise, who were already hidden, get together in the Rod's van, and decided to escape. But unfortunately, Rod came and caught all except Jay. When Rod's van came to town, Jay took the secret ingredient and jumped from the van running. Now, Jay was frustrated, and now he made a new plan. He made a new special ice cream from this secret ingredient and became chubby. He took the risk for his life and kidnapped himself from Rod. And then the real game starts. Rod brought Jay to Joseph's factory, which was now belonged to Rod. There, he saw all three friends of him. Jay somehow escaped from the cage and got locker room access, and also released his friends from there. Meanwhile, Rod saw that they were escaping from him, and Rod tried to catch them, but failed. And in this hustle and bustle, they separated from one another. Jay, one by one, reunite all his friends in the locker room. Meanwhile, Rod attacked on the security room, but they escaped from the room. And now, guys, we come on to ending scene where when the kids geared up, all had weapons. They surrounded Rod. But in that room, Rod had a big freeze machine gun. And then he fired on Lise. But Mike came towards Lise in order to save her and freezed. At that time, a perfume bottle dropped and Lise read this proposal message and got emotional. Then, Rod fought from Jay. And after the fight, Jay beat Rod. After that, Rod gave up and spoke his last words emotionally. He said, "My father was careless. He never truly loved me. And on the other hand, he said my mother was very caring. She truly loved me. She treated me like a girl." And then he questioned himself, that is she alive? Or is she killed my father for revenge? If my dad is not Joseph, then was it Satan? Now I came to know that I can't resolve my past mistakes. Actually, friends, Rod saw many visions of Elisa and evil nun in his life. Anyway, because of the fight between Jay and Rod, a big hole formed in the room. Under the hole there was a tanker in which special ingredient made, and then time stopped. We see a conversation between an unknown voice and a nun. She said to the unknown voice, he should give a second chance to Rod and Sister Madeline, but he said, "I can't do anything. He was born with his fate. Rod did many mistakes, and I can't help more." Nun tried to convince him, but he refused. Guys, we see the most emotional scene of the story, the death of Rod. Rod fell into the tanker. Sister Madeline, who was on that floor, came to Rod and took him out from the tank. Sister Madeline hugged his son after many years and apologized from all the happening. Rod was taking his last breath and said, "Are you my mom?" She said, "Yes, I am. We will meet in our afterlife." Finally, police came into Rod's factory and rescued all the children. Mike and Lise held each other hand, which was the result of accepting proposal of Mike. And with this, Story ends. If you like the story, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Take care. Bye-bye.